Okay. Anyway, I did say that this is in the preface part of this description of this set of videos. I did say that these are uncut, these are unedited. I don't know how to do all that stuff just yet, but I do know how to get my camera pointed towards my face and click it to turn it on, then click it to turn it off. And if I spend so much time trying to beautify myself and pretty myself up, I wouldn't be doing these videos. And I need to do these videos because I need to be obedient to what God told me to do, right? So anyway, what I cut myself off saying on the last part of part 2 was that I think that just because I had been so athletic, and the fact that my mother was a nurse, and she knew all about rehabilitating people, and she had a boarding care when I was a little girl, a young girl. So she would have people in there, and she would be doing things, moving their legs, moving their arms, walking them, moving them around. She'd be showing people the path to healing. So it was in me. The path to healing naturally was already in me. My mother also, she's like the first little black naturalist woman. And we grew up eating all natural. Before there was the word organic, I didn't know what organic was till later. I was like, that's how we ate growing up in the country, man. No, you're not spraying nothing. You eating it's all whole foods. It's not all sliced up and diced up and fried and dyed and laid in a bag to the side. It's like, oh, that's what organic is. That's how I grew up. Okay. But it costs more now. Anyway, so I grew up like that. Just healthy, athletic, moving around. We were outside a lot. My mom had us outside a lot. Anyway, so we find that out, and all this time I'm moving out here. I don't have a job. I have retired out of the teaching profession, out of education, and at this point, I can't thank God I'm able to tend to my daughter and take care of things. And thank God that she's very, very, she cracks me up. Very kind of independent child. Sometimes it's like, she just potty trained herself. She just went in the bathroom. I don't know how she pulled herself up on the toilet like that and potty trained herself. Anyway, she also taught herself how to swim, which was scary. Anyway, so we're going through all this, and I have no money. I have no job, and we just got this place, and nice, cute little garden cottage, small enough, two bedroom, 1 bath, quiet little area. I'll have to talk more about that area too, because God taught me about that area. Anyway, so all this time he's teaching me about peace, and so I'm in the plan. I am in the plan, and he's teaching me peace at this time. So he's teaching me not to panic over a bad diagnosis, and not to panic over symptoms that are so freaky, so weird that, yeah, but don't panic. I'm with you. I'm keeping you. I'm protecting you. I'm protecting your daughter. And so we're in this place, and I don't have any money in the first place, but then I really don't got no money because I really can't do nothing. But something happened is that I get this notification that the owner of the place has lost the property, along with, he had like 5 other properties. He and his wife had 5 other properties. And I'm panicking, thinking, oh my goodness, we gotta move, we gotta go. Where are we gonna go? I ain't got no money, I ain't got no job, and now they just told me I'm sick, and what are we gonna do? And then, meanwhile, the Holy Spirit, he's teaching me peace. So I'm like, okay, first of all, get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. And then I get a hold of myself, and I ask the Lord, Holy Spirit, it's like, what do I do here? what's the plan here? You sent me over here. You told me to stay here, stay steady. And now I'm getting this message about, the owner had lost the property. Doesn't that mean I gotta move? And anyway, I'm talking to him. And the funniest thing is I am listening to tapes and messages all the time. So I just happened to, Brother Kenneth Copeland came on, and he said the same thing. Stay here, stay steady. The greatest blessing ever is at hand. So I missed the rest of what he's saying, but I quickly jump on the website, and it was a prophecy for the year 2013. And he's saying, I get it. I was like, oh God, you're telling me to stay here at this property where I'm at right now and stay steady. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to stay steady. So I calm down, I get myself in gear, and then I'm just every day confessing, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to stay steady. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to panic about this property. I'm not going to panic about this house. I'm not going to panic about what's going on. And then one of the property manager ladies, she sends me this weird email. It's all in capital letters. And she tells me, she's basically saying, like, don't panic and don't give anybody any money. In capital letters, don't give anybody any money unless you know that they own this place. And then I was like, that was weird. And I tried to call her and she wouldn't answer. She before she would answer, she'd email me back, but after that she wouldn't contact me ever again. But she actually sent me this email in all caps. And so I was like, okay, God, you told me to stay here, stay steady. This woman sent me emails saying, she basically said, don't move, don't give anybody any money, don't let anybody in the house. I'm like, okay. So I get a hold, I don't know how I did this next, but I know how. I had a friend named Evelyn Maldonado, and he's a real estate agent in Sun City in Menifee, which is Menifee now. But he looks up the property for me. He finds all the info for me and tells me all the details. Hey, Tony, they used to have all these properties. They lost them. He's like, and I was like, okay, kind of tearful. I was like, okay, Evelyn, what does that mean? He's like, that just means you need to hold on to every money you get, all the rent money you get, and wait until I let you know that somebody really owns this property. Yet don't give anybody any money. Don't let anybody in this house. Don't let anybody, basically bully you, walk around. And I'm in my mind thinking that's the same thing that lady said at the rental office that I rent from, and I was like, I wonder why they're talking like that. And then he tells me something about, Tony, you need to know your rights as a renter in California too. Because I'm like, well, doesn't this mean I need to start packing up and get out of here? He's like, no, you have rights. And in California, the state of California, you have certain rights as a renter. And you're a renter. You still have your contract. Keep that on handy so if you need to show it, keep all these documents together and save money because we don't know what's coming next. So I thank him. I ended up getting a hold of 211, the number 211, calling them. I don't know who this man was, but this man, I wrote his name down, and I don't remember who he is anymore, but I wrote his name down, and every time I would call 211, I talked to him, he told me all kinds of things about property rights in California. He's like, you do not have to leave yet. We need to find out. We need to know who. Right now, the bank owns this property. The bank is not trying to kick you out of this property. And then we got the number through Evelyn. I got the number to the bank, the people that own the property, and I tried to contact them. They refused. I left them messages, I left them emails, the bank, and they were basically like, we're not interested in rentals. We're in the business of making money off of mortgages. We don't care what happens to you and your daughter. Leave us alone. And they're like, okay, I just need to leave them alone. So through 211, I meet this man, and he starts giving me information. He starts comforting me and telling me the same thing. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go. We need to wait until we find out the name of the person that owns this property. So somehow I also get a hold of the title company on the property, and I call them. I start talking to them. I get a hold of another dude. He tells me the same thing. Hang tight, Tony. Just save your money. And then you keep calling us back to see who actually ends up owning this property, because that's when you need to think about who you're going to be renting to. Right now, you have your original rental agreement. You're in the house, and then he tells me the same thing. Do not let anybody in that house. Do not give anybody any money. Do not give anybody the keys to that house. Do not leave that premises until we tell you that somebody owns that house. Like, okay, serious warnings from these people, huh? So, anyway, they kept warning me because I stayed in that house. That property is up for sale. No one purchased that house for about 3 years. I was in that house rent-free for 3 entire years. Throughout that time, too, God was not only teaching me peace and that his protection and provision, but he's also healing my body from those symptoms of multiple sclerosis the entire time, teaching me how to speak right, how to talk right, how to walk right again, how to eat right. He taught me a lot during that time. A lot of the symptoms I had that came off during those 3 years of just, I gotta trust you for the provision. But during those 3 years' time, it was really sad. I had a number of real estate agents come and knock on the door and press on me hard, telling me that they had clients and the clients were the new owners and I needed to get out. I needed to surrender my keys to them now. And to the point where I actually had to call the police. And the San Jacinto police came to my rescue too. Pretty soon I got to know this deputy over there. They would come over to the house. They came at night. They come during the day. They would speed, or I would call them, and within like 5 minutes, they'd be at my house at the door. And they sent real estate agents running. One night, this real estate agent actually came to my house. He's pounding on the door, pounding, come out of there. And I was stupid because I was outside in the yard one day and I started talking to him before I realized I gave up too much information details. So he knew my first name. So he's after pounding the door. Tony, I got a rental agreement, a lease agreement with these new clients. You need to get out. Somebody owns that property, blah, blah, blah. He's knocking us at night. And he's at night knocking on my door, telling me I need to get out. I call the police, San Jacinto police. They come right over. They come over so quick. This dude, he almost can't get out of the driveway. He can't get out of the driveway and out of town fast enough. I have his driver's license number and everything. The deputy's outside. He's talking to me. He calls me from the phone. They have my phone number now. He calls me on the phone. Tony, are you two okay? Are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need anything else? And I tell him, no, sir, I'm okay. Thank you so much for coming so quickly to my rescue. And they tell me, anytime, Tony, you don't let anybody into that house with your daughter. You don't let anybody in there. And you don't take phone calls, and you don't let people come into your house at night. You know better. And he leaves. Anyway, so that's another part of, that's my next installment. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to get another one going on.